Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the last lesson for the week. My name is Duduzile Kubeka, taking you for Mathematical Literacy Grade 12. So today we are finishing off the paper 2, ne? So I really hope I'll try and move through this one fast, but if I'm moving too fast, please let me know. Again, on the screen, it's my personal email address. If you need any help with mathematical literacy, you are free to contact me. Guys, like I mentioned, this is for even when you are back at school and you are preparing your exams and whatever. It's just additional support for you to use as you prepare for your exams. So it's mathematical literacy paper 2. We are finishing off from where we left off yesterday, but I'm planning to finish this finance section today. But we'll see how it goes. So this is the last question we were supposed to do yesterday, remember? I'll read it for you. VAT in South Africa increased to 15% with effect from 1 April 2018. The following shows how the dealer calculated the new increased VAT incorrectly. You remember we're dealing with that car, right? But anyway, this you don't need to see the advert to work this question out. So previously the VAT before 1 April 2018, VAT was 14%, right? Now, from 1 April 2018 to date, it is at 15%. So this is how people, this is one example of a dealer who was already selling items before VAT was increased. This is how the VAT had affected his prices. So selling price, including 14% VAT, this is how he would work it out with 14% VAT. So selling price is at 160,000 and 160,087 rands and 72 cents plus 14% of that money. You know, to calculate the 14% of this selling price, you would say 14 over 100 multiply by the selling price. You remember your calculations of percentages. Multiply by this selling price that's given here. Yeah? So whenever you get 14% off something or a percentage off something, the off means you need to multiply. That's basically it. So that's how we got the 22,412 rands 28 cents. Then the answer is 182,500 rands. This is how much he should sell his items for, including the 14% VAT, right? Because this means what comes to him is this actual this selling price, including 14% VAT, is this one. But the money that goes to his pocket is this 160,000, and the 14% goes towards SARS. You know that, right? So that's the taxes that goes towards the SARS. But the one that comes to his pocket is this one. So you see there are many layers to this. When you see a price on a till point, you can see it's decided by the VAT the person is charging. And it's decided by the VAT that SARS is imposing, and then it's also decided by the selling price this person decided. And the selling price is dependent on the profit. But anyway, we are here now. This is how you calculate the selling price with 14% VAT. And then as soon as 1 April 2018, he had to change his prices and incorporate this 1% increase because it moved from 14% to 15%. So VAT increased with 1%. The new selling price, including 15% VAT, this is how he did his calculation. He took the selling price, including the 14%, this one here, 182,500. That's the one we found there, right? He took that one plus that selling price multiplied by 1%. Then he got his answer. Now the question is asking you to identify the mistake the dealer has made in calculating the new selling price. Hence, calculate the new selling price including 15% VAT, excluding the accessories and other charges. So by looking at these two calculations, Please note what mistake he has made with this calculation here of calculating the new selling price. This is the new selling price. What mistake did he make? So basically what I'm asking you is calculate the new selling price. What this is telling you is that this one here that is done is wrong. He was not supposed to do the calculations like this. And I would have expected you to note that mistake even before you were told, because you should clearly see that he did the calculations wrong. So right now, tell me what mistake he made, and then we work on calculating the correct new selling price. Please tell me you understand the question at the very least, and type in your answers or raise your hand so we can allow you to speak and explain how we can get the answer. You guys are very quiet. Is it because you don't understand the question, or you just don't feel like typing, or what? First off, I need you to tell me what mistake is made in this calculation. But I think the best way you can find what mistake is made is when you calculate the new selling price in the correct way. Okay, Limondre stated one mistake there. Yes, he was not supposed to use this value here. The selling price that was found from the 14% VAT. He was not supposed to get 1% of that, because what this means here is that he has calculated this part that I'm putting I'm circling right now. This means he's getting 1% of the selling price, which includes 14% VAT. And that's not what we're looking for. We are looking for an additional 1% of the original selling price. Thank you, Limondre. So I'm going to show you how I did it two ways. Option 1, the mistake was calculating 14% on original price and an extra 1% on accumulated price. So he was not supposed to calculate 1 on the original and the 14% on original and then 1% on the accumulated price. Ne? He was supposed to even this 1%, he should have done it again on the original price. Okay, so I'll continue, and the new selling price is supposed to be calculated like this. The 160,087 rand 72 cents, that is the selling price. Selling price without any VAT. Plus 15% of that. So you can do it straightforward like that. Plus 15% of that. Then your new selling price would be 184,100 rands and 88 cents. The same way, this is the same procedure, the same process they use to find the 14% VAT. So this is one way of doing it. You just calculate 15% of the overall selling price that you have, ne? Just don't even take into account that 14% one. Then option 2 is one way also of doing it is we note that the dealer added 1% on the VAT inclusive price of 182,500. So what happened here when he calculated this part here? This part right here. This part, like we mentioned, this 182,500 is this one. So he actually calculated VAT on VAT because this is now a VAT inclusive price. It's inclusive of 14%. This one here, the calculation we're done with. So this means when he did this calculation, he was calculating VAT on VAT, and that was wrong. So what was he supposed to do? Rather, he should have calculated 15% directly on the original selling price, excluding VAT. So he should have done this one option again of 115% multiplied by 160,087 rands and 72 cents. Yes, Genesis, I'm glad you are noticing your mistakes. It's very good that you are noticing. That's the point of this. You can note your mistakes so you are more aware of them. And when you are aware of your mistakes, it's easy for you to fix them. So this is another way of doing the calculation. The other way, option 3, is you can do the calculation like this. You can take that 182,500 because this is inclusive of 14%, right? This is inclusive of 14%. And then you calculate the additional 1% on the original selling price, which is not inclusive of any VAT. That's why here we took the original selling price of 160,087 rand 72 cents multiplied by 1%. Tobani, what are you asking? Please explain further. I don't understand what you wrote. I'm not sure what you were trying to say. Okay, Tobani will explain, but now I'll try and continue. I'll address it when you've explained, Tobani. So this is the one of 14%, and here we are calculating the additional 1% on the selling price. Then you will get the same answer. Everywhere you will notice we've been getting 184,100 rands and 88 cents everywhere. Are you okay with this? I'm waiting for Tobani. I'm not sure if I should continue or not. Do you have a question, Tobani? Or should I allow you to speak, Tobani, so you can say what you're trying to say? All right. Tobani says no. So I'll move on. This is the next question now. It states table 1 in Annexure B shows data relating to the import of personal care and cosmetic products in Australia for the period 2013 to 2015. Use the information in Annexure B to answer the questions that follow. So let's look at the information provided in Annexure B. This is all the information we have. There's description. It's total imports of personal care and cosmetic products in Australia. We've got description in one column, the different years, 2013, 2014, 2015, the percentage share of the 2015 imports, and then we've got the percentage change from 2013 to 2015. Hi, so I don't... Okay, Tovani. Yes, we are in the Maths Lit grade 12. Is it your first time today? I think that's what you meant when you were saying new. You are new. I think I understand now. Were you saying that you are new to the class? Okay. Tobani, welcome to class. I'm sorry if I wasn't clear in the beginning. We are busy with the past paper from November 2018, the paper 2, Mathematical Literacy Grade 12 from November 2018. That is what we are busy with today. You can quickly type in for me your email address, and then I'll send you the relevant papers we've been dealing with today. Okay, he was in the wrong class. Okay, let's move on, guys. I'm sorry about that. So you understand the information on the table, ne? You've got the percentage share, you've got the different categories. We are focusing on them. Then now we move on to getting the question 2.1.1. Determine option A is we are determining the missing value, which is A, rounded off to a whole percentage using the following formula. You will remember this formula, right, guys? We've been using this formula when we were calculating the percentage change, which is the 20. Right now, it's stated in context with the table we're working with. 2015 imports minus 2013 imports over 2013 imports minus multiplied by 100. You will remember it as new price minus old price, right? It's the new price minus old price over old price multiplied by 100. It's the same formula. You can see that. So you know these formulas. It's just that they will change in context. But the principle of the formula is it is because right now we are dealing with imports. That is why it is written as imports. But if you're dealing with prices, regular prices, it would be written the same. But as you can see, it's new minus old over old multiplied by 100. And you can see here, 2015 is the new one, 2013 is old, divided by 2013, which is old. So you understand the principle, ne? So let me take you to the slide then. We are calculating the value one here, the missing value, which is this one here, indicated by A. This is what we have to calculate. The missing value indicated by A using that formula, which is the 2015 imports minus 2013 imports. So we are focused on these ones. 2015 imports minus 2013 imports divided by 2013 imports multiplied by 100. So I need you to provide me with the answer for A. I'll wait for you to provide me with an answer right now. Okay, so we'll see that the value we're supposed to use there, it can't be negative. Is that negative that you're giving me, Limondre? Because this one, the 2015 one, subtracts the 2013 value divided by the 2013 value. It shouldn't give you a negative. You can see the values I've highlighted, right? It's the 2015 imports, subtracts the 2013 imports over 2013 imports because we are focused on this one, this line here. This row which is based on diapers and feminine hygiene. That's the row. So I didn't want to move to the next answer because you might need to refer to this one. So it is 216. Okay, let me see the chat there. 216. Okay, Limondre, my bad then. 216,329 minus 227,665 over 227,665 multiplied by 100. My bad, Limondre. You were correct. It is a negative 4.979%. You could understand that, everyone, right? We use those two values there, those ones there, because we are the point of this is for you to be able to spot and understand what this information is related to. As long as you can understand that these 2013 prices are based on these descriptions, so it's just you being able to read these financial documents, right? So, because again, another point they say, rounded off to a whole percentage. Rounding it off to a whole percentage would be what? It would be approximately 5%, because we are rounding it off to a whole percentage. It should be approximately -5, ne? -5, yeah. Because it's a whole number. So we shouldn't write in decimal places. Yes. Thank you very much, Limondre. Now, question B. I'm still showing you the table because I will refer to it. The median, we need to determine the median of the percentage change for the period 2013 to 2015. Okay, with this one, I will not ask you to provide me with the answer because we haven't done this together. So I will take you through the steps. And if you know it, that's good. If not, don't worry, you'll still cover this section of probability. This falls under the category of probability. Ne? So we're looking for the median. But I'm sure you've done it sometime in the past, right? Grade 12 is basically a lot of revision. So we are doing the median of the percentage change for the period 2013 to 2015. That is why I've only just, I cut out that column dealing with the percentage change from 2013 to 2015. We are focused on this column. You'll notice it is this column here from this table. This is the column I'm dealing with right now. That's one. That's the one I cut out. I need to do the median. How do you determine the median? Before you can find the median, you need to write all the values you have in ascending order, right? Ascending order, because we've got the different values here. Like you see, you're given a lot of different values. Ascending order, you know, you move from smallest to biggest. So it would be from this -12, and then you go to your -5, which we have just calculated as A, right? So you notice if you had done this wrong, if you had calculated your value for A wrong, you would ultimately get everything else wrong, because this is dependent on this as well. -5, which is number 2 in ascending order, and then -2, which is number 3, -1, which is number 4, and then you move through with all your numbers. I've written the answers here. 0, 2, 5, 10, 13, 13, 16, 18, 19, 40. This is how we determine the median. We first put your numbers in ascending order. And then we find the one in the middle. So how I usually do it is I'll subtract from the side. Subtract from the far left, subtract from the far right. Cancel out far left, cancel out far right. 2 now. We're now on 3. Now on 4. Now on 5. Now on 6. Then you are left with these 2 in the middle. That means that is your median there. You've got these 2 values in the middle. So that's why we have the 5% plus 10% divided by 2. Your answer would be 7.5%. 7.5. Okay, I think Mutidisi, that this 15 you're talking about is when you added the 10 plus 5, right? So yes, that would be correct still. All right, thank you, Mutidisi, that is correct. So it's the 5 plus 10, which would be 15 over 2. You divide it by 2 because there are 2 in this position, right? But we need only one value as the median because we can't have 2 values as the median. You just use this 2 in the middle to determine what would be in the median here. So the one would be 7.5. You'd remember when you did your number lines, it would be 5, it would be 10 like this. So that means your median is somewhere in between these two. It's the midpoint for these two. And we have just calculated that the midpoint for the 5 and the 10 is 7.5. So that is the median. But don't worry, like I said, don't worry too much about this. If you haven't done probability, you can still do it. It's some other time. And then 2.1.2. Describe the trend in the imports of makeup and skincare. What is the trend that you are noticing here? Anything really, just look at the table, notice what trend is there. Let's look at these values here. Or let's look at the percentage changes. You can see here the trend looks like they keep on increasing, right? 31, 37, 31. At other times it fluctuates, but the trend, the general trend is there seems to be an increase, I think. Let's see. So you just analyze the table here. You analyze the given information and you give the general trend that you are noticing. Okay, there's someone who wrote it. As the year increased, the value of the imports of makeup and skincare increased. So the general trend was an increase. That's the general one. This is not saying that all of them kept on increasing every year. We are just noting the average change that we are noticing from most or from the majority of these products. That is what you need to write there. So yes, you might look at this. For example, let's look at this one here. It was 31,000 in 2013. It went to 37,000 in 2014. And then in 2015, it went down again. So if you were to focus on this, then it might give a different impression. But if you look at a majority of these things, they kept on increasing as the years increased. That would be a general trend. And that is your marks for 2 marks. And then question 2.1.3. The negative value of the percentage change does not necessarily imply that the import value of the products decreased continuously over the 3-year period. Name 2 different products in table 1 and explain how they support the statement above. What is the statement saying? The negative value of the percentage change does not necessarily imply that the import value of the product decreased continuously over the 3-year period. So that's the statement. What 2 products can you find in the table that support this statement? We need to now then look at the table and find a statement find the product that supports the statement that is said here. That when you look at these negative values, so let's first start with and how we'll get to the answer is if we go look at the negative values. Those ones will give us the direction. Which ones have negative percentage changes? These ones. 1, 2, 3. Those 3 have the negative values, as we've stated there, the negative value of the percentage change. So that's where you start. It then goes on to say it does not necessarily imply that the import value of the product decreased continuously. Keyword there is continuously, decreased continuously. If it had decreased continuously, it would mean it's decreasing 2013 to 2014 and it's decreasing again from 2014 to 2015. That would be continuously. But here we are stating that it does not mean that product decreased in price continuously. So it might have decreased only once. Oh, you see, only once. And then Mutsidis is giving me the answer. He's saying fragrances and cosmetics and toilet. Where is that one, Mutsidisi? Okay, let's go highlight the ones you are saying. Those ones with the negative. Okay, and then there's this one again with the perfumes there, because that one also has a negative percentage change. But now we've broken down to these three, right? But we need to provide only two that support the statement above. Let's look at number one, the fragrances. What information do we find about the fragrances? In 2013, it was 31,835. In 2014, it was 37,418. And in 2015, it decreased again to 31,518. So this one, it supports the statement that it means that it does not necessarily imply that the import value of the product decreased continuously, because this one did not decrease continuously. So it supports the statement above. Let's look at perfumes. They started at 351,877. Then the import value changed to 310,746. Then it went up again to 311. So from 2013 to 2014, it decreased. But from 2014 to 2015, it increased. So this also supports the statement above. And then let's look at cosmetics and toilet. At 2013, it was 134,075 rands. Then it decreased to 133,318 rands. Then it decreased again to 131,390. So this here does not support the statement, because the statement is saying, once again, please remember the statement and focus on the statement. It says the negative value of the percentage change does not necessarily imply that the import value of the products decreased continuously over the 3 years. The only one with a negative value and that decreased over the 3 years is this one. So it means these two here, the fragrances and perfume, support the statement that it does not mean they decrease continuously. It only decreased once. The fragrance only decreased from 2014 to 2015, and perfumes only decreased from 2013 to 2014. So that is how here, and the perfumes, this is what we've just explained. Do you understand, guys? Did I explain that well? Did you understand what I was trying to explain? It is like I've always said, it is the English that is the problem oftentimes. It's not your understanding, it's just your grasp of the English language. And it gets to everyone who is not a home language speaker of that language, who doesn't, So yes, we are all just learning English in school, and some of us don't even speak English in our homes. But unfortunately, that is the language of communication, and it is the medium of instruction. So it will do you very well to make sure you focus in your English class. Read, just engage with a lot of literature text or anything really where you can read and improve your grasp of the language. Because without understanding that, it would be very difficult navigating throughout most of these subjects, since they are conducted in the English language. So think of that, especially if you analyze yourself personally and see how well you understood that question and many other questions. You'll note it is because of your grasp of the language that caused you to not understand what the question wanted. But again, that is the answer there. And then back to mathematical literacy, 2.1.4. State with a reason whether the data in table 1 can be represented using a single pie chart. Let's look at this data here. Can you represent this data using a pie chart? No. Listed is responding. He says, no, we can't use a pie chart. Okay, so why? That one we agree, no, I agree with you. We can't use a pie chart. Why can't we use a pie chart? Because you can see it says state with a reason. So the no, no is 1 mark and the reason would be another mark. Too much information. I hope that's not what you would write in your exam, Nelly said. You can't use that reason. Yes, I understand what you're trying to say, but it needs to be very explanatory. It needs to stand. It needs to be, I don't know. So you can't just say it's too much information. Kamukelo, you must also tell us. Okay, I will tell you one of my reasons. Too many sectors and one pie chart cannot be used as different years need to be shown. So I think that's what Lisedi meant when he said too much information. So that's what here, that's like too many sectors, because with a pie chart, okay, I'm sorry, this is not a proper circle, but pie chart, it's divided into sectors, right? Like this, when you think of a pizza, a slice of a pizza, let's think of that. Think of a slice of a pizza, that would be called a sector. So one slice is one sector, another slice is another sector, another slice is another sector. So think of it that way, ne? The pizza slice is called a sector. So that is why here we are saying there are too many sectors with this table. I think that's what Lisedi meant when he said too much information. That you need to phrase it in such a way that it would make sense and it wouldn't cause the person reading your answer to question themselves. So it must be clear to the person you're explaining it to. But yes, you were correct, Lisedi. Too many sectors and one pie chart cannot be used as different years need to be shown. This one here, let's go back to the table. You can see this table. We have different years here. And then we've got just too much information to fit into the pie chart. And then another one, you can say there are too many sectors or columns and some are too small or negligible. That reason there. I hope you understand, right? Can I move on? And no, another reason there is that negative values will be difficult to indicate in a pie chart, because how would you indicate your negative values in a pie chart? This is assuming that you all know how to draw a pie chart, right? So if you understand how to draw a pie chart, you will realize that how then would we indicate negative values? Because if it's positive values, then it's easy to move them and work with them. Also, another reason is the percentages do not add up to 100. In order for you to do a pie chart, you need to then convert all that information to percentages and they must add up to 100. Yeah? But now, those ones here that we have, they do not add up to 100. So you can't use a pie chart to show this information. So you might use other representations of graphic representations, not a pie chart. So any one of these reasons would give you your whole 2 marks. First up is you must say no. You see everywhere no, no. That no would be 1 mark and then the reason would be the other mark, then you'd get your 2 marks. So you might state the correct reason, but if you do not write the no, you'll only get 1 mark. I hope you can see that. Again, the English, it says state with a reason. That is why the one where you state, it's when you're saying no. And then with the reason, you get the other mark for the reason. Okay, then next up now, the next question 2.1.5. I think we are running out of time though. I don't know if we'll be able to cover this. Would you do this? Okay, let's try. A line graph showing the percentage share of 20. Okay, no, let me not do this one because we really are out of time. We'll finish it first up Monday. Guys, are you familiar with, yes, it will be homework for you guys. Are you familiar with Kahoot? I want us to try Kahoot after, I think maybe Monday or Tuesday. Are you familiar with it? Please reply in the chat right now quickly. I will use it sort of like a game, but it incorporates our, yes, okay, I'm glad I'm seeing all this. Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Okay, so Monday, we will mark this homework. This will be your homework. Okay, no, it can't be a homework because you can't really see it. But if you have access to the November 2018 paper too, you can look through this one, but we will do it together in class. And then if we finish quickly, we'll do Kahoot. But definitely next week, either Monday or Tuesday, we will do Kahoot just so that I test your information. Ne? The very first Kahoot will be based on the finance section, I think, again, because we've been, or the general work we've done together this term. I think, yeah, let me do the whole work we did together this term. So next week, you've got something to look forward to. We'll be doing Kahoot, and we are finishing up this section before we move on to the other topics. Also, tell me which topics you want us to revisit next week as part of revision. What topics would you like to revisit? You can let me know. Okay, the box thing. Is that box and whisker? That would be when we're doing the probability then. Okay, Mutsidisi noted. I'll also supply you with the Kahoot on Monday so you can choose the various topics together. Ne? Okay, guys. Yeah, because we are running out of time. That's why I had to stop. But I don't know why Kobe's. Kobe, am I still fine? But then that would be it from me today. See you on Monday when we finish up and do Kahoot. And I think we will do your box thing when I'm with this. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you so much.